Born. Eritwile kama cheke san. Born. So. Chess. Saraken. Tua kama cheke raspana. Born san. Rituile kama cheke to pack the stash. So we can move that merchandise and get the cash. Get the check. Do the math and reinvest. The aftermath and moving brand. We moving fast. Our true is path. Got you looking mad, cause who's the man? Maybe it's time you understand. It's not a competition, but execution and tunnel vision. We started picking up the pieces.
Whatever we are putting into music can be the same as whatever we're putting into dance, into arts. You see visual arts. We need to balance everything. Then everything will change, and people, and then young people will see that there's something to look for. Because in South Africa, as Africans, in fact, we are very artistic. It's a given thing.
In the present, this moment is a gift we uplift. Instead of hating, set the occasion and celebration of the amazing moments in life. A home, a couple of kids and a wife. Before you go, you know you got to reach them heights. Like a baller, or like taller. Neteke tokola twampelo ngetuka molo wa the passion of finding tarabolo skati mamolo keep the fire burning atepa pelo ka se hlole sa do what you love and love what you do but well about what
Right, so we are the South African Dance Board. I'm joined on stage with my colleagues, and we have put together a number of programs to lobby dancers in South Africa, dance in all its forms, the kaleidoscope from ballet through to our ethnic styles, our skudra, etc. We're aiming to be the in-between body between government and dancers, so that the dancers know what it is that there is for them and how to access different avenues and platforms to empower them. We have been on a journey across all walks of South Africa to ensure that dancers know and have access to resources. Up on the screen we have just an excerpt of all the work that we have been able to do in this time, and we've covered all of the provinces, and we have had consultations. We have already started working on different programs and workshops with the different dancers, and you will also see a glimpse of dance. Up on the stage we have a lovely group of artists who will treat you to just a taste of what it is the dance in South Africa looks like. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Do what you love and love what you do. But well about but you love a boo spana. Be a legend, Donna. Count your blessings. Do what you love and love what you do. But well about but you love a boo spana. Be a legend, Donna. Count your blessings. Sure. Mautia kasi. Spana mfela joalo, la twara joalo. Nonyana tepedi. Udi masefate. Emweke manto. Emweke msweru. Fofa manto. Fofa msweru. Fofa manto. Fofa msweru. Never give up on your dreams, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your time. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our 17 clusters and what they all entail. Ladies and gentlemen, it's at this time that we can put our hands together as we call on Minister Gaten McKenzie to give up the keynote address of the day. Can we put our hands together as he comes?
MECs, MEC of the Northwest, MEC Tlapi, MEC of the Free State, MEC Beauty, MEC of the Eastern Cape, MEC Ngongo, DG, and all the very important people that are here, and to us normal people that are here, you are all greeted. I was in trouble last week. I greeted the pastors, and then they said, Minister, you made a mistake, you didn't greet the bishops. When I greeted the bishops, they said, Minister, you made a mistake, you didn't greet the evangelist. And I I greeted the evangelists. They said, Minister, you didn't greet the apostles. So to all the people of the church that are here, you are greeted. Even if you have a dream of sitting in the church, you are also greeted. Even before they appoint you, you are greeted. Because I want to enjoy my lunch. I don't want to hear I missed out on somebody. To the sponsors, I want to say thank you for coming. This is very, very important. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, my son asked me a question. He says, Dad, what's the one advice you can give us if we want to make it in life? I said, I'm going to give you two. The first one is the one that Babsi Mlangeni is saying about now. It basically, roughly translated, means people will always talk. Don't worry about what people say. Some of you spend half your energy listening to your critics. There's not a single day when there's not people calling for me to resign. That time I'm making jokes with the president while they are making those calls of resignation. But what is my point? I'm saying that some of you are not living your full life because you are paying so little attention to the people that truly love and appreciate you. And you are busy at paying attention to the ones that will criticize you, that will criticize your craft, that will tell you what, I don't take advice from people. You can't give me advice on poetry if you are not a poet. What are you talking about? And artists in our country make that mistake. Creators and yourselves. You've got so many people that talk about you and they take you off script. They take you offline. They take you away from, your focus away from what you set out to do. So my first advice is you gotta have a thick skin. So what I'm trying to say to you is that be authentic, be you. Believe in what you do. We are different people. We're not going to do, and people are going to have things to say about you all the time. And the second thing is, be a realist in your life. That's the advice I give my children all the time. Live in reality. Reality is not always nice. It's not always pleasant. It's not always what we want to hear. And I'm telling you why I'm starting on this note. Because here's the reality. Since I became a minister, I think if I'm not mistaken in Tiki, I've probably signed to pay for the funeral of more than 15 artists that can't bury, that can't afford, or their families can't afford to bury them. That's our reality, so let's not run away from it. That's the reality facing creatives. That's the reality facing the people that you are representing. Babsi Mlangeni said it here. He said that hit was from 1955. I was making my calculations there to say he's a blessed man. 1955, he had a hit song. But respectfully, he's still performing. Because the industry has not given Babsi Mlangeni what it was supposed to have given him. But feeling sorry for yourself is not going to help nobody here. Now here's my central point. I cannot see from 1955 the Babsi Mlangenis not getting what they got. And it's now 2006 and some of you expect me to do the same things that all the other ministers have done, all the other people have done. It's not working. It's not working. So we can't do the same thing. You know, it's so strange. Somebody said to me, we saw you at the football with Arthur. I said, yeah, we know each other for years. He says, no, Arthur is taking everything, he's everywhere. I said, what is wrong with that? Because we've got the minimalist mindset that if you play the bass guitar, tomorrow even if you want to play the drums, you will not dare. Because they're going to speak about you. It has to change today. And today, let me tell you, if this thing fails, If it fails, I will be a very, very content man to say I've tried something that might have succeeded. But to go on the old road, it's a definite failure. Who does Mackenzie think he is if everybody else has failed to empower artists, creatives, and given people recognition? Some of you are struggling. It's just pride that don't make you talk about it. It's pride. And there's nothing wrong in having pride. I'm just saying, some people are not scared to go on social media and put the Capitec bank account there and say, can you put 10 rands or 5 rands? Some of you, you'll rather die of hunger. Even that you can hear someone says, I'd rather die of hunger. so those are the realities that you must understand. Do you know, one day, an actor which I will not embarrass by mentioning him, he had a mask on. I was still struggling, so I was in a taxi. But he was in the same taxi. Before COVID, this man was wearing a mask. I said, "How, bruh? It's you." I said, "Why?" And these people see me in nice cars there on the screen. Now, if I'm in a taxi, it's embarrassing. And you've got a very glamorous job. I'm a poet. I'm in spoken word. I'm an actor. I'm in the theater space. I'm a singer. I'm a performer. But you do beautiful things on stage, but your life is ugly economically. And I'm telling you today, I've got many not so good qualities, but my best quality I have is I'm a man that don't give up. And what we are building here has never been done. It is I sat and I looked at where is the disconnect, and I thank God that I found the disconnect. Here's the disconnect. If you don't have representation, you have nothing. So all of us here, if you have a toothache, what do? You go to the dentist. You don't go to your friend to say, "Hey Muna, take out here." Now that is where the problem lies with artists and creatives. We don't have representation. And you are in the most fortunate position. You've been chosen to be that representation. Although you are an artist, although you are creative, this is not just about you, it's about us. Don't let this, let me tell you, the money we gave you is too little. Because the work on your shoulders is a full-time job. We must strive to get there where there's a full-time salary for this work if we are serious in what we want to achieve. Hey, you know, DG, I've spoken facts here at MEC. They didn't clap. Maar money, chalete, health. But seriously, you know, I want you to see your job as that of a pastor. You are here for the whole congregation. You are not here for your family. You have a church that's looking up to you. I, as the minister, if I don't take the cluster serious, I can't fight with people to take the cluster serious. So I want to ask you one thing. Whoever in the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture does not want to meet with you, in the boards, everywhere, bring them to me. Because you are not lastig. You are doing the work here for where we are going. I will deal with that person. And I can tell you there's no of the 27 entities, there's not one that will not see you. I already see 1 year of the NFVA. Okay, stand up, people must already see you, so don't struggle. That's 1 year, NFVA. Once you have a meeting with her, she can't tell you she's too busy to see you. She must see you. And that is how we're going to make this thing work. But here's the biggest test for all of us, including for me. I've learned something from the Afrikaner musicians, which I just thought is brilliant. The Afrikaner musicians are not struggling as much as the black musicians. Let me tell you why, because I asked them, I read up on it, I met them. What people like Koos Becker and them are doing, they give them work. They fund all those festivals, so the person knows I've got 5 festivals this year. So he can budget. If I get 50,000, at least I've got a 250. So he knows this year I've made 250, except the other ones, other events, but he's got 5 sure events that he knows he's going to perform. That makes it possible to budget. Second thing it does, it makes sure it motivates you to write new songs. Because next year you can't sing the songs you sang last year. Because when last did you hear after having a new song? He can't write new music. He can, but he can't write it because he's not sure he's going to get more work. For who must he write music? A movie maker. Once nobody watches your movies, it's very hard to make another movie. The rebate issue is number 1 on my agenda. I'm telling you today, that's the biggest problem that we are having. Every national day, we must work with the clusters to bring us poets. We must bring with clusters to bring musicians so the president can see his people. But more importantly, some of you are so individualistic that you just, when you talk about MGE, now we must change MGE, DG, to also accommodate the clusters. They must come with one project. They must come with a project that we know they're going to get sure funding that includes their members. Like we got Poetry Slam in Durban. Yes. Let us have a grand slam of poetry. There's dance people. Let us have, let's have, come with a proposal. Yes. You see here, when I talk money, it's always okay, yes. Chop that and all the things. But what I'm saying, I thought, what is the one event we can have every year to make sure people get money? And it includes all of you. And this is the event. What is the date again of Mzanziro? How much? 24? September 24, write this down. September 24, 25, 26. Africa is the only continent. You saw Live Golf last week. Everybody told me it's not going to work. I took a flight to South Korea because I knew it's going to work. We sold 104,000 tickets. The cheapest ticket I think was like 1,005 or something like that. Sunday we opened the tickets for next year. Monday, all tickets are sold out. The 29,000 tickets sold first. Live Golf is the biggest sporting event that happened in this country after the World Cup. We spent probably 100 million to bring Live Golf here. So far, they've counted 1.2 billion back into our economy. This, South Africa has a job creation problem. Here's the solution in this room. The solution is in this room to create jobs. So let us create jobs. So what I want to do is every cluster is going to get money. And it's going to be a drawdown. You must listen very carefully so you don't go and fight with the DG. It's going to be a drawdown. Let me explain to you how the drawdown is going to work from Zanzibar. Africa is the only continent that doesn't have a mega concert. We don't have a mega festival. We do not have a mega festival. But we're going to have one now coming in September. There's going to be a certain amount for the clusters. Poetry is going to get an amount. Designs are going to get an amount. For you to book your own people to perform at the Zanzibar. This mission is too important to have people here that want to hold us back. Remove them. Let them go to Facebook and X and talk about us. We know where we are going. If I had listened to everybody, including my best friends, that told me live golf will not work, I would have not been where I am today. I'm talking about my best friends. Golfers. I'm not a golfer. They said it will never work. So if you also want never work, leave us. You'll find us ahead. We can't be getting complaints of you guys spending the time debating with each other. Learn from other people also. Everybody has a good idea, let me tell you. So to sum up what I'm saying today, Mzansi Row is happening 24, 25, 26. Then the last one is the one I mentioned already. And I must repeat it. Not because you don't understand, but because it's so important. Every cluster. You know, when you know, and that's always been my problem in life, I know the end. I know the end. I know where we're going to land. So I put the blocks together for the team as we're going. That was the first block. The second block is now your signature event. At the end, artists in South Africa will be able to budget on a 3-year cycle. We can help South Africa with our high unemployment figure. So I'm saying to you, we want to make our country a greater country than it is. We want to sow social cohesion. We are not a genocidal country. We are not a racist country. We're not a country that says white people should die or farmers should die. We are a country that comes together and we build. We are the children of Nelson Mandela. So to everybody, thank you for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much to all the clusters. Let's build this thing. May God bless you. Thank you very much.